small-town business owners Wyatt and Lance Bush teamed together to form Craven Customs, a father and son duo scavenging the web along with the Northeast Texas woods in search of rusty relics. While buying and building on a budget, they recreate and preserve hidden patina, giving each one a story of its own. Chasing their passion, they're giving the past a future, saving lost dreams one vehicle at a time. With help from God, these guys are Turnin Rust, brought to you in part by Maxed Trailers.
So it's really been a while now since we've done a good inventory video around the shop. We quite often get comments, calls, and texts, people interested in what we have going on around here. Some of these projects have been put on the back burner, some of them we're currently working on, and yes, some of them will be for sale. So we're just going to kind of give you a walkthrough of what we have going on here. This right here is a 1965 Chevy C10 pickup, short bed truck obviously. We call it the Ben Steelens truck, come up with some cool logos. It's got a running 265 V8 in it. Pretty cool little truck, needs some air ride work finished up on it. We kind of got pulled off of it a while on back. But all in all, really cool truck. This is all hand painted patina. Gets lots of looks, a lot of people like this truck. Now this monster right here is, I'm not really sure what to call it. We picked this truck up on Marketplace. I bought it really cheap. Everything is funky and crazy about this old truck. It originally started as, I believe, a probably 58, 59 Apache truck. Everything is wrong. These are the rear fenders off the truck put for the front fenders. The front fenders have been made into a hood. So we plan on doing a will it run on it in the future. I strictly bought it just because it's so weird and so ugly. I just couldn't say no to it. And here we've got the 1959 Cadillac. We have shot with this car already. Did a will it run on it. The motor had caught fire somewhat, but we were able to get it up and running again. Drove it down here to the shop. My wife has held claim to this car. She wants it completely restored, shiny paint. I'm gonna have to talk to her on that. But all in all, this is a really cool car. The interior's been redone on it. Pretty nice shape, really good bones for a project to start on. With this car here, it's a 1957 Chevy Bel Air, the iconic Bel Air. It is a four-door car, but it is a hardtop car at that. V8 car, we were able to get it up and running, a 283 V8. Very good project, not much rust on it. The inside is pretty good shape. Probably gonna flip this car for a little extra cash to just move on to other projects. And this right here is one of my favorite projects and one of our earliest projects we've had around the shop. It's a 1954 GMC short bus, and it's one of the shortest ones we've come across. I just love the body on it. I love the wheel arches on it. Everything is just really cool and really neat about this bus. I had a guy before we were really doing a lot of mechanic work around the shop. He did the air ride on it. I want to go back and redo all that. So it's kind of been put on the back burner, but definitely a project I'm going to sink a lot of money and time into and have a lot of fun with. And with this truck right here, it's a really cool 1951 Chevrolet cab over. You don't see these trucks a whole lot. They're really known for their snub nose look. Just got a really cool look to them. Back in the day, they would have been used for like hauling trucks. Basically like you see your 18-wheelers today, this would have been the truck back then. So this one's been set up with just a bed off of a half-ton truck. It does have a newer dually frame up underneath it. Really cool truck that we could pop a diesel in and kind of make a shop truck one of these days. I bought this 1972 Cadillac kind of early in our game of messing with cars. It was a hearse. I wanted a hearse to mess around with. Thought it'd be cool to cut up in town with. It's got a really good running 472, completely original motor on it. I had 3-inch exhaust ran on it with Flowmasters. It sounds like a race car and it is completely stock. So this car is really fun and super dependable. We like to get in it and just cut up every once in a while. Here's another example of a really cool short bus. This is a 1952 Ford, I believe. Another real short one, just a 2-window body on it. Needs a lot of work, is a big project. It's had a frame swap up underneath it as well. It's one of those that I bought and probably just strictly going to resell this one. We have a lot of short buses around the shop, but this one I couldn't say no to and know that it'll make a good project for someone else. And now everyone should know this 1941 Chevy Double Duty. We found this truck on our channel just a few months on back and I absolutely fell in love with it. We've still been searching around, pretty sure it is the only one in existence. We were able to get all the original drivetrain up and running, even drove it on the original tires. This is definitely going to be a very deep hands-on project we're going to do around the shop. We'd love to completely restore it and take it to SEMA. This old girl right here is a 1963 GMC short bus. Probably wouldn't typically buy something like this, as it being a little bit new for us and messing with buses, but this one being really short and really good shape, I couldn't hardly turn it down. It has a running 305 V6 that we were able to get up and going, drove the thing around. Within a couple hours, we were cruising down the road in her. This right here is a 1960 Morris Minor. I haven't had a whole lot of opportunities to buy little cars like this. I really don't know anything about them. This one had the original motor and transmission in it. It was something that I listed on eBay, found a buyer. Pretty sure it's headed to California. Now this is a 1968 Chevy Camaro, and it is slammed on air ride on the ground. I really like this car. It's got a full frame built up underneath it, so it's got a lot of metal work that's already been done on the car. Now one thing about it, it still needs a whole lot of work down the road for it. It's kind of been put on the back burner for just that case. It needs a lot of money to really justify this car of how it needs to be built. But I have to say, all in all, probably one of my favorite projects around the shop. This right here is a 1956 Dodge Postal Van. A really rare truck. You're not going to find many of these out there. I've only seen about 8 in its existence, and this one has to be the best shape of any of them that I've saw. Dad's is definitely itching for us to jump on this one to start a build. It's not going nowhere. There's no plans of selling this truck. We just kind of need to get the budget right, the plan right, to move forward on the build. Now this right here is a 1959 Apache. I really love this truck because it's actually a big back window style. It is a short bed truck, a fleet side bed at that. I absolutely love the colors and the patina on this. To top it off, this thing already has a 5.3 LS motor in it that runs. Really cool project. It does need some more work just to get it on the road. Maybe we'll be able to get around to this project one day, but if not, it is for sale too. Now across from our old garage, we've got another lineup here. A lot of these are just the bigger vehicles we've had around the shop. And this right here is a 1941 Ford cab over tow truck. And I know I keep saying one of my favorite projects around the shop, but this is one of them as well. I absolutely love this old truck. I just love the look of the bed on it. Just everything about this truck just screams cool. I've always said, you know, back in the day when you seen this truck coming up to pull you out of whatever mess you were in, this was a truck to have. So it has the original flathead V8 in it. We haven't tried to see if we can get it up and running. More than likely, she's probably locked up. But I would absolutely love to eventually in the future build this just into the coolest car hauler we have at the shop. This is another example of an old cab over. This is also a Ford, a 1963 model. Got a really cool custom sleeper built on the cab. I was told this has a 429 V8 in it, which is a pretty cool option right there to have in a truck like this. Really short wheelbase. I don't know what this truck would have been originally used for. Not really my thing, but one of those things I felt like I needed to buy. The money was right on it. So this truck is for sale if you're looking for something like that. Here we have a 1941 GMC short bus. I bought this bus just because one, you don't see a lot of 41 GMCs, and two, it is a shorty as well. It's a little rough around the edges. It still has the original 6-cylinder in it. I think a church was using it at the last time it was being used, so pretty cool. You can tell it was yellow, probably a school bus at one time. Would really make just a really cool street hauler. This right here is a 1958 Divco. They used a lot of these trucks for dairy trucks back in the day. One cool thing about the Divco is they really didn't change their body style much at all. Running up with Volkswagen, I think these guys were neck and neck with keeping the body style alive the longest. Really cool truck. This one has a lot of rust, unfortunately. It still has the refrigerators in the back. This truck's also been sold and moving on for someone a cool project. This rare and ugly bird right here is a 1960 Lincoln Camper. Super cool car, all original. Someone to put this camper on. I'm not sure what company was converting these cars back in the day, but done a really good job at it. It even has a little toilet, a little bathroom area in there. Needs completely restored, but definitely something I want to put on air ride with a 12-valve Cummins in it. Here we have a shorty 1948 International Metro van. We have a lot of International Metro vans come and go inside the shop. This one being an early one and a short one, it's a pretty rare bird in itself. We were able to get this one up and running. I've kind of held on to it just because I'd love to build a shorty around the shop. All in all, really good bones. It has its dents and dings, somewhat cool patina. Hopefully we'll be able to get to it one day. This right here is another old Metro van. It's a 1958 medium length one. So this one's just a little bit longer than the last one we looked at. Most of the time they convert these things into campers. This one has been converted to a camper at some point in time. So it does have some window holes that have been cut out in it. Fairly good shape. It does have the original motor in it that a person might be able to get up and running. But all in all, this one would be a good candidate to chop down if you wanted to build. The possibilities are endless. I kind of fell in love with this old Metro van when we found it. It's a 1960 International Metro van, a medium one at that. But the cool thing about it is it's a square back and a dually. So it's missing the other dual wheels, but really cool, very solid old van. A lot of the times you find these are really rusted out. I think this one would be just cool to power wash, put some logos on it, get that original motor up and running, and have fun. So you guys might remember this truck. It's a 1952 Chevrolet. We found it abandoned out in the woods. If you notice on the mirror, we even had to cut a tree down to get it out. Really cool truck, has a little rust in the bottom of the door and the cab corners, typical spot. The motor was setting straight on the ground, so the oil pan was rusted out as well. Thought about putting some logos on this truck, setting it outside of the shop. It is able to be a builder as well. Not real sure what we're going to do with it, but it's still here. And this part right here is obviously a part of our bug infestation. This one right here I believe was a 1960 Volkswagen we found on one of our episodes. Really cool car, had the ragtop roof on it. Unfortunately it's set between two trees on its belly, so the floor pans are absolutely gone in it. It does have the original motor in it, it's not locked up. So we even thought about trying to possibly do a will it run on it, possibly in the future. If we can get it up and going, maybe throw a board across there, a bucket to set on, and just see what she does. This right here is a 1974 Volkswagen Thing. It came from the same video that you've seen this car in. Really good bones on this car. So out of everything we bought, I was most happy with this old girl. The motor's partially tore apart on it, so it's not going to run. But we definitely have future plans to build this full air ride, I think a turbo, just something really cool and really extreme. Here's another bug from the same property. I believe this one was a 62. Same story with it. A tree took it over, it sat on its belly, the floor pans are gone. You open the door and it feels like it's about to fall off. All in all, really cool patina. Would make a great sign or would even make a cool rat rod. Still got it back here, just trying to determine what we want to move forward with. I've sold off a few of the other parts cards we bought with the Volkswagens. This is the only one that I've got left. Can't exactly remember what year it was. It's missing the motor, it's missing the transaxle, it's missing a lot of hope. So this car is basically just good for parts and very little of that. So I'm just going to try to sell what parts I can off of it and just move it on to the next person. This car I believe was a 1972 Volkswagen Super Beetle. Complete car, original motor in it. Was told the woman just drove it back and forth to church, you know, the story you get all the time. But supposed to run, we haven't messed with it yet. Bought it because the money was right on it. May use it for parts, may use it for the motor, or may do something with it. Now I don't really remember the exact year of this Volkswagen Jetta, but it was another vehicle that we acquired in the purchase of all the other Volkswagens. Went ahead and pulled the trigger on it because thought it was cool. You don't see a whole lot of the two doors like this, and the fact that it had a diesel in it really caught my interest. It's been sitting back here, it's definitely a back burner project. We'd love to see if we could get this motor up and running one of these days, but all in all, a car that's been sitting that long, you just never know. Now this is going to be a DeLorean that you guys have probably never seen before. This car gets a whole lot of hate and also a whole lot of love. It's actually been converted into a hot tub, so it's got the hot tub inside of it. It's got all the Back to the Future props as well. Now this is not anything that we can say we built around the shop. I actually bought this car out of California. It was built on a TV show called Superfan. So really cool car. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan, and to me, I absolutely love it. Now that we've kind of made our way down to our main shop that we actually work out of, probably got another 25-30 vehicles down here. This is a 1975 Volkswagen Shorty Bus. We just released a video on that, so if you guys haven't saw that, be sure to check it out. We got her up and running. I just love this little thing, love the artwork. Just a really cool vehicle, gets a ton of attention. This right here is a really cool mid-60s Ford Ranchero. We bought this car. My little sister fell in love with this thing. So I think we're going to try to help her work through the kinks it needs to get it back up on the road. All in all, really cool car. You don't see these things very often. Here we have another 1957 Chevy 210, quite similar to the Bel Air, just a little bit different package here. Love the patina to it, has a little bit of rust down low, still has the original 6-cylinder motor in it, so not that cool there. The interior needs a ton of work. Would make a really cool rat rod, just street rod, just something different. When I found it, I just couldn't say no to it. Here we have the old 1950 Willys that we found with the old truck that had the tree on the mirror. Really cool car. I'd never heard of one or never seen of one before. Was able to list this one, found a buyer down around Houston, just waiting for him to pick up the car. And this old ugly rusty thing is an old Gremlin. I believe it was a 1976, I could be wrong on it, but this car is extremely rusted out. Only good for some cool wall art or selling parts off of it. So I've actually sold this car also, and that's exactly what he's going to do, is just sell some parts off of it. This is going to be a late 50s, early 60s, I believe a Ford step van. Haven't really seen one with body lines like this before. We found this old van when we found the old Ranchero, so we bought them together. It actually has a V8 in it. You don't see a lot of these old step vans with a V8 in it. It was parked, I can't remember how long, I think it had been sitting almost 50 years out there. They drove it from California. So I definitely want to put a battery on this, see if we can get it up and going. The whole inside's been converted to a camper, but actually still probably usable. Here's another old International Metro van. We found this on one of the videos. It was a short video we shot with it a while on back. It was a factory automatic Metro, so you don't see that a whole lot. Was able to find a grill on it, just clean it up just a little bit. Found a buyer for it, just waiting for him to pick it up as well. All right, now this is one that I need y'all to not laugh on, but this was my very first personal vehicle. So I bagged it back in the day. It's a 1997 two-door Tahoe. Back then I didn't want a two-door, I wanted a four-door, and now all the two-doors are really cool. So this is definitely one I want to keep around the shop. In the future I would love to build it with maybe my son and kind of just invest a lot of money into it, just build it how I wanted to whenever I was a teenager. Now a lot of you probably recognize this truck. It's a 1962 C10 we call Fireball Floyd. We bought this truck from a gentleman whose father had passed away. Got a really cool story behind it. Was able to incorporate that in the logos. We put a flamethrower exhaust on it. It has a big old 500 Cadillac motor in it. Runs like nothing else. Super cool truck, big back windows, short bed, fleet side. You couldn't ask for a better truck. So here we have our 1963 Cadillac hearse we call Ecto Boost. I have to say this is one of my favorite builds we've ever showed on the channel. We started off with a bare bones stock hearse. We put a 12-valve Cummins diesel in it, full air ride, functioning roof props with even a flamethrower up there. As you can tell, this car hasn't moved in quite some time now, but that's not because she's broke down or she's crippled. We just have a lot of stuff going around the shop and can't invest all the time in every project here. All in all, love this car. If you're wanting some looks, drive this thing. Here's a really cool truck. It's a 1935 Ford that's had the roof line chopped just a little bit on it. Gives it a whole lot tougher of a look. It has a Mustang 2 front clip up underneath it, disc brakes all the way around. It does have a running 318 Chrysler motor in it. It runs and drives, it's very rat rodish. Would love to try to put some more money and time into this truck, but it has a really cool look to it. I just would want to change a little bit on the suspension style, a little bit on the wheel style, and just do a little interior work to it. So some of you guys might remember this old Volkswagen. It's a 1968 Volkswagen Beetle that we picked up for absolutely free. We found it in a garage, a guy gave it to us. We decided we'd try to get it up and running in the garage, and heck, we even drove it back to the shop. So we have a lot of future plans for this car, a lot of really cool ideas to come in and plan for it. So if you love Volkswagens, I really think you should hang on and see how this thing turns out. So if any of you guys love AMCs like I do, you'll probably love this thing like I do. It's a 1976 AMC Pacer, and I have to say I'm a little disappointed that I've let her get as dirty as she is. She cleans up really well, has a running inline 6-cylinder motor in it, runs like a top. The insides is really clean as well, which is kind of rare for these cars. I love to drive this car, has all kinds of glass everywhere. There's absolutely no blind spots in these cars. I've heard people say they look like fish bowls, they look like spaceships. To me, they just look cool. Now here we have Dad's 1975 Bricklin. If you're looking at this car, it resembles a whole lot of what the DeLorean did. It has the gull wings on top of that, and also the previous owner had put all the props to mimic the Back to the Future car as well. Dad really loves this car. I believe it has a 351 motor in it. Lots of power, gets lots of looks, and is a lot of fun. Now this is a 1969 Ford F100. It is a short fleet side bed truck. Has a running 360 V8 in it. We found this truck very abandoned. I mean, the wheels were halfway in the ground and the running boards were sitting on the ground. So we were able to pull it out, get it up and running, threw some cool wheels on it, took a ton of accessories off of it, and it turned out to be a really cool truck. This one you'll see in the future, and it possibly might be for sale. This old truck is pretty known around the shop. It's a 1951 Chevy 3100 that we call busted. It's had a lot of work done to it. It has a Nova front end up underneath it, Nova rear axle, a small block 350 that runs really good. Now all this patina on it is hand painted. The logos are hand painted. So this is all fake rust, but this is something that we can do around the shop. We kind of did up the interior to make it just a nice little shop truck. Really fun truck to drive around in, and a lot of people find interest in it. Here we have another 1950 Chevrolet cab over. This one is a little harder to identify because it's missing the grille in it, but it's been set on a Chevy 2500 frame. It's got the throttle body 350. I've got a really neat aluminum box I plan on setting on the back of it at some point, but it's on air ride. We'll make a really cool truck. Heck, it'd be fun to sell merch in. Another really rare old Metro. This is, I believe, a 1952 medium Metro, but this one is a school bus version. So a lot of these old Metros, they were made with just solid sides. This one come factory with the bus windows in it. It also has a bus door just like a school bus would. I've owned a couple of these. They're really, really hard to come by, so when I found this one, I just knew I had to have it. Would love to make a really cool family hauler with this one day. Now I'm not 100% on the year of this old truck, but it's a late 60s, early 70s GMC. I bought this truck because it had a really cool utility workbox on the back of it. I love the patina on it. You can still see on the doors where it said Southwestern Bell. Just thought it would be a really cool truck that maybe we could build to go out and do will it runs with, where we could have our tools, our compressor, generator, whatever we might need to get that vehicle up and running. And well, this was just the backup plan of that truck. When I bought that truck and fell in love with the utility style trucks, I found this Chevrolet, same story. It had a really cool utility box on it, somewhat cool patina. Just thought that the money was right on it and should buy it. Why not? This is a 1972 K5 Blazer that's been converted to a two-wheel drive. Now you don't see a lot of these old Blazers. They would have normally had a top on the back of them. Someone has sectioned in a truck cab here, so it's basically made it into like a unibody style truck. They've also converted it to two-wheel drive, like I said, with a different cross member up front, different rear axle. It's got a small block 400 in it. Would make a really cool truck project. It just kind of resembles a short bed truck, but just a little shorter. I've recently sold this truck. I can't wait to see what the guy does with it. This right here was a 1972 DJ5 mail Jeep. Now the only reason that I purchased this Jeep is because a guy come up here and sold it to me for $25. So at $25 you just cannot say no to something like that. So I have a title on it. The motor's been pulled out of it, did have the motor with it. It's got good bones, it's not rusted out or anything. Would definitely make a cool project for somebody that's looking for something for low money. Here we have a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. Now we bought this car a little while on back, was able to get it up and running and drive it from the gentleman's house. We got the car back, kind of inspected it a little further. Ended up to being a little bit more of a project than what we needed to jump into right now. So maybe in the future we'll be able to get back on it and work on it a little bit, or we may just have to sell it to move on with other projects. Here we have a 1991 H1 military style Hummer. Growing up as a kid, this was one of my dream vehicles. So I had the opportunity to buy one. Really love driving this truck around. It's got the 6.5 diesel, tons of power, will pull a house down if you need it to. Don't get to use it a whole lot, but when I do, I sure enjoy it. Now moving on into the inside of the shop, We have a 1975 Volkswagen Thing here. I purchased this Volkswagen Thing right after we bought the other one we showed you outside. This one is just super cool to me. It's got a lot of work that's already been done to it. It's slammed down on the ground, but it rides really well. It's got a dual carb setup on the back of it. Had the interior redone in this car. I love driving this old car around, flip the windshield down, let the wind hit your face. Now here we have another example of an early Beetle. This one is completely mocked up and a dream basically sitting on the floor here. We've got a Jaguar V12 stuffed up underneath the hood. We started to build a frame for it. It's going to have these Corvette wheels on it. Thought about chopping the top just a little bit, but we won't run a fender. It'll basically kind of have this look right here, slammed on the ground with air ride. Will be a really cool car if we'll ever get around to finishing it. Another cool Volkswagen product around the shop, probably a hand-built sand rail here. It's powered by a 1600 Volkswagen engine on the back. Got an oil cooler. Really like this rail because it's really high off the ground, so you got a lot of clearance with it. It's got some really fat tires on the back that sling a lot of mud all over the place. But I love to take these things out. They're fun to mud in, just cut up in, and it just doesn't seem like you can tear them up. Now a lot of you probably recognize this old 1952 GMC. We started this build on the channel and kind of been held up with everything that's going on with the virus right now. So we're in a spot where we need to get the frame powder coated and we'll move forward with everything. But we've got a custom framework done to it, all full air ride, laser rocker on the ground, LS motor in it, going to have custom interior, probably going to go shiny paint with this truck. Definitely something that's probably going to be one of the best builds we've done around the shop. I'm really excited to see how she turns out. Now here's a somewhat crazy contraption me and Dad come up with a few years on back. It's a 1970 CJ5 Jeep. We took the body off of it, took 12 inches out of the center of it, narrowed it in, chopped the windshield and the roll bar just a little bit, built a full custom frame up underneath it with air ride, got a drop straight axle pulled out front here, so it's got a really cool wheelbase, really cool look to it. Obviously the body sets on the ground like most of the stuff around here does. Tunnel ram intake. Definitely need to get finished on this project, just need the floor, the sheet metal built, some steering, stuff like that. But this should definitely get a lot of looks. And last but not least, we have this 1963 FJ3 male Jeep. Really cool Jeep. I love the looks of these things, all this glass up front. It just makes me think of an old trolley car or something. These trucks are really rare. I've owned 3 of them, bought them all within 3 weeks of each other, and sold the other 2 off. Unfortunately, this is the only one that I have left. We've stuffed a 396 big block up underneath it. One of these days, maybe we can get it up and running, pull it down the road. Cool patina. Just love the look of it. Well guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up our shop tour here. I'm not sure exactly how many vehicles that y'all got to see today, but we've got a lot of stuff going on, as you can tell. That's why a lot of the projects sometimes don't move along as fast as we like to. All in all, we just kind of wanted to show you guys what we have and hope you enjoyed the video.